Under fire from the Conservatives for spending too much time abroad, Mark Carney defended his recent trips to both the UN in New York and here to London.
You actually have to do the work. You have to meet with the leaders to make sure the work's being done. You have to mark progress as it's being done, which is what we're doing with the various European leaders.
Carney met with the Prime Minister of the UK, Iceland, Spain, and Australia while he's here in London, but he didn't sign any new trade agreements, including the long-negotiated Canada-UK free trade deal. That led Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre to tweet, "These trips are nothing but liberal show business to distract from spiraling debt, costs, crime, immigration, and job loss." Now, immigration is also something the Prime Minister touched on after making this remark in New York earlier this week.
I understand you're changing your visa policy here, so you're going to hang on to a few of those.
That change Carney's referencing to is from the H-1B visa. That's a U.S. immigration category that brings in highly educated foreign professionals. And Donald Trump has raised the fee for that visa to $100,000 a person, which Carney says presents a potential opportunity for Canada to attract new talent, particularly in the tech sector, and that could factor in to upcoming changes to the immigration system.
The government is currently conducting a review of that strategy. Our immigration levels plan, so-called levels plan, will be released in the course of the next 6 weeks or so.
Canada unveils new immigration plan. PM Mark Carney welcomes H-1B visa holders. Canada just rolled out a massive new immigration plan targeting skilled workers, and Prime Minister Mark Carney is essentially sending a giant welcome sign to H-1B visa holders fleeing Donald Trump's eye-watering fee increases. The government will invest $1.2 billion to recruit over 1,000 top researchers whilst targeting 380,000 permanent residents annually between 2026 and 2028. It is Canada's most aggressive talent grab in years, and the timing could not be more perfect. Welcome to Canada Newsletter, where we break down how Canada is capitalizing on America's immigration chaos. Before we dive into why this plan matters for Canada's economy and what it means for skilled workers caught in Trump's visa nightmare, hit that subscribe button and click the notifications bell. You will not want to miss how this immigration strategy reshapes Canada's future. Right, let us get into this properly ambitious initiative. Under the initiative, the government will invest $1.2 billion to recruit more than 1,000 top researchers, whilst targeting the admission of 380,000 permanent residents each year between 2026 and 2028. That is a significant commitment, showing Canada is serious about attracting global talent. The move comes shortly after U.S. President Donald Trump announced a steep increase in H-1B visa fees to $100,000 beginning September 21, 2025. That fee hike is absolutely devastating for skilled workers and the companies that employ them. Trump's policy essentially prices out mid-level professionals and smaller companies, creating a massive pool of talented workers looking for alternatives. Canada is positioning itself as an attractive alternative for skilled workers affected by the U.S. policy change, offering an accelerated pathway for H-1B visa holders to settle in the country. Details of this fast-track process are expected in the coming months, but the message is clear. Canada wants the talent Trump is pushing away. This is strategic opportunism at its finest. America's loss is Canada's gain, and Carney is not being subtle about it. The accelerated pathway likely means streamlined permanent residency applications, faster processing times, and potentially work permits that allow H-1B holders to transition to Canadian employment without the bureaucratic nightmare they face in the United States. Universities Canada responded to the plan, acknowledging efforts to stabilize the immigration system but urging alignment with the country's economic and talent-building goals. The organization stated that whilst it supports a sustainable framework, the plan must match this government's talent and economic agenda. That is a diplomatic way of saying the numbers look good, but execution matters. Canada has struggled in the past with integrating skilled immigrants into the workforce effectively. Foreign credentials often go unrecognized, forcing doctors to drive taxis and engineers to work retail. If Canada is going to attract top talent, it needs to ensure those professionals can actually work in their fields. The investment in recruiting top researchers is particularly significant. Canada has world-class universities and research institutions, but has historically struggled to compete with American funding and resources. This $1.2 billion investment signals a commitment to changing that dynamic, making Canada a genuine destination for cutting-edge research rather than just a stepping stone to American opportunities. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Canada Newsletter.